fellow cello players, we will be focusing on the second half of Minuet 2 today, starting with measure 17 till the end. A lot of the skills are familiar. You've worked on them in the first half of Minuet 2. If you have not watched the first video, please go back and do that because I'll be referring to some of the same concepts. But this section also has maybe the hardest 2 measures of music you have ever played in your life. But don't worry, I got you. So, I am holding up imaginary cello hand position. So make sure your hand's looking like mine, a nice glass of water in that hand. Now I'm going to hold on to my first finger just to keep it honest. See, it's staying at the same height. And the rest of my hand is going to drop down. All right, so my first finger is kind of pointing up straight, and the rest of my fingers stay the same. So can you do that, please? Imaginary cello hand position. Hold on to that first finger, and drop. It's like a bunch of grapes. You're holding on to the top one, the other one's kind of flop down. Okay, so my first finger is sticking up, my other fingers stay as a bunch farther down. Now let's try that on a cello. I'm going to go on my D string. My fingers are set up in nice normal cello position. Now I'm going to yank that bunch of grapes down like this. So my first finger you can see is pointing up straight. And then my other fingers have gone down to the next tape. So my first finger still is on the E. My second finger has now extended down to where F sharp normally lives. So my third finger tape is actually being covered by my second finger right now. And now my third finger is going on a G, where my fourth finger has normally lived. And that means my pinky is down below my G tape. So we're reaching one note higher. I'm going to do that again. Go back to regular cello hand position. Shake it out. All right. So we are extending our first finger and dropping those other fingers down. All right. That is called an extension. And you're extending your fingers down by stretching out that first finger. So what we're going to do is practice that first. So I am on an E. Now we're going to extend F sharp, G, G sharp. Okay, one more time for good luck. We're starting on the E. Extend to the F sharp, G. This new note is called G sharp. Now what we're going to do is skip the notes in between. We're going right from our E, extend to our new note, G sharp. Okay, let's do that again. E, extend, G sharp. Okay? Now let's put that into the context of where we find it in Minuet 2. That occurs in measure 23. Okay? It starts with a triplet like we had in the first half, evenly, and it's under a slur. 2 skills in one. All right, so it starts with that triplet under a slur, and then you go to the E, and then you extend to that G sharp. Okay? So notice I didn't do that perfect either. So you don't have to. So I'm going to put that all together one more time. You have a triplet. Got your first finger. Now you've got your extension to the G sharp. All right, that measure is very tricky. I haven't even mentioned yet that the E to your new note, G sharp, is under a hooked bow. So we've got so many skills in just this one measure. So this is measure 23. And let's do it a couple more times to get used to it. So here we go. Evenly, E, extend, up bow, like that. Let's do it 2 more times. Ready, go. Extend. One more time. Ready, go. Extend. Okay, now, freeze. Your left hand will stay in this position for the following measure. You'll just do a tunnel. And then back to normal for the B. Because you have that new note again, a G sharp. You'll see that there's a sharp in front of that G. So that means that you're in that extended position for one more measure, and then you can go back to normal on the B. So you're just going to keep your hand extended and tunnel for measure 24. So here's 23 and 24 together. Evenly go. Extend, up, tunnel. Okay, I'm going to do that all one more time, and then please pause the video, practice it till you've got it, and then we'll go on with the rest of the section. So here it is one more time, measures 23 and 24. Ready, go. All right, so get really comfortable with that. And then once you do, don't neglect your rhythm. Make sure you're still thinking your do's and do days as you're practicing those measures so that you build a good habit. Okay, now I'm going to back things up to measure 17. So the line of 17 doesn't have any new stuff in it. It's really just a rehashing of skills we have before. Your rhythm is do, day, do, day, do, day, do, do, do with those hooked bows. So as long as you've gotten into a good groove with your rhythm in the first 4 lines, you just can transfer that rhythm to the next, really the next 4 lines. So I'll do a playthrough of lines 5 and 6, starting with measure 17. My speed is do, day, do, day, do, day, do, do, do. Okay, so that's how that tricky 2 measures fits into that section. Just make sure that you're being consistent with your do, day, do, day, do, day, do, do, do. Especially where I hear a lot of mistakes is 21 and 22. So I'm going to play that line one more time just to make sure it's in your head. Just the line of the line of measure 21. 1, 2, 3. Alright, moving on. I am starting at measure 25, and the same kind of concepts that we used up in line 2, where you're really focusing on using full bows for quarter notes and smaller bows for eighth notes to help you with your rhythm, applies here. And there is a very fast and sneaky little bow lift that you'll have to write in at the end of that line. That's the line of 25 to get your bowing to work. So here's the line of 25. Ready, and go. One more time, and I'm actually going to keep going. In the following line we have slurs. Just make sure those slurs are nice and even, that you're not rushing those slurs, because as we know, slurs do not change rhythm. Alright, I am doing measure 25 and playing through the following line. Remember that little bow lift in between so that you start the following line on a down bow. Measure 25. Ready, and go. Bow lift. 29. That's the third line from the bottom, right on those slurs, and then you can hear me transition into the last two lines, which are familiar territory to you. So right on measure 29, I'm going to start. 1, 2, 3. And if you are repeating, do a bow lift there. If you're not repeating, then congratulations, you made it.